What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. So today I'm going to be putting this Walbro 255 pump in. I'm going to need a 450 since I'm going to go to E85, but this will work for now. On the EF, you do have to drop the tank, and since this does have a full tank, I'm going to show you exactly how we're draining the tank out. So right here, off of the fuel pressure regulator, there's a line. I went ahead, disconnected that, put it in here. Now, Hondata makes this really easy. If you don't have Hondata, there's also an easy way to do it as well. So as you can see in here, we are testing fuel pump output / draining fuel tank. I clicked that button. It's in the test outputs area. So let me show you how to get there real quick. So we'll go to online and then go to test outputs and then test / drain tank. And it's kicking the fuel pump on right now, so that way it can drain it all into that gas can. Now, since it is a pretty full tank in here, I'm gonna have to do that twice, once to this gas can and once to the other 5-gallon gas can. Once it gets pretty close to E, or at least low enough level, then I'll turn it off. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing fill that one up, and then we'll start with the rest of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button, drop a comment below. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, I wanna show you how I installed this catch can. So here's this video. As you can see, it's pretty simple with that awesome RIVNUT tool. I'll leave a link in the description for the same RIVNUT tool so you guys can make threads pretty much anywhere. It's a really awesome tool to have. So I still need to go get some lines. I did drill these out so more air can be vented into it. So this one will be going to the back side down there. A hose will be going to this side, and then a hose will come out of this side going from this to there. And then this is actually a filter up top, so it's venting the fumes out. It has a little window right here where you can see how much or when it's full. These things actually work pretty well. Now I will need a bigger unit when I go for bigger boost, but this will work great for this current setup on the turbo. So huge thanks again to Mike for that catch can. Obviously I painted it green, the same color as the outside, just using some Krylon paint. But now we're going to move to the fuel tank at the back. So here we go. Okay, I reconnected the line back to where it goes. We've got those two full of fuel, and as you can see on the gauge, it's pretty empty. There's still probably a couple gallons, maybe 1.5 gallons left in the tank. So now I'm gonna get under the car and show you what to do from there. Okay, we're under the back of the car. We have it secured with jack stands. Now if you live where you have lots of salt on the road or snow a lot during the winter, you're going to want to spray these with penetrant to kind of let them soak in, because rust can be pretty bad. This car is actually from Indiana, even though it's here in Texas. The rust isn't too bad considering that. So you're going to want to do those. Then before you even touch those, you've got this stuff over here. You're going to want to undo this line right here, which is, I believe, a 14 millimeter. They like to strip, so it's best to use an actual fuel line wrench for it. Then undo this 10 millimeter right here. And then over here, you will have these hoses over here that have clamps. You're gonna wanna undo those clamps right here and right there. And then there'll be a filler neck back here. Yeah, this one's been replaced. It has a flat head right there. We'll undo that. And then we'll go inside and I'll show you in there. So back here under the seat, there will be a 10 millimeter bolt that you'll have to undo. I just will go ahead and remove that seat. Then there's 3 Phillips head screws here. I already took this off. And then a connector, and then I push everything in here because there's this little metal plate. I push that plug through and just kind of put them down like that. And then we're pretty good to go. So now we're just gonna drop the tank down and we'll go from there. Okay, as you can see, the fuel pump is nasty. It's rusted. It's definitely a factory fuel pump, and it wasn't pumping very good. It took a while to actually pump the fuel out of the tank, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the Walbro on here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take this off right here. This little piece of plastic here pops up, just like this. You'll see it exposes the positive. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these real quick since they're gonna be resoldered. We'll go ahead and remove this little nut right here. All right. And this part right here just unclamps. Just like that. What I like to do is twist them like that and twist it the rest of the way out. And it comes out and it'll sit in here pretty much just like that. Now I'm going to get some new clamps, and I have to get a connector for this right here because it didn't come with the connector. He has that on his car. So I'm going to see if I can get one from O'Reilly's. This should be your standard connector for aftermarket fuel pumps. So I'm going to go and get that, and then we'll put new clamps on here. This hose looks really good still, so I'm not going to replace it. But typically this is a good time to replace the hose too. And you're going to want to make sure this filter faces up in the correct direction, because if not, it'll be a real big problem, and you'll get to about half a tank and not be able to go anymore because it won't be sucking from the bottom of your tank. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I just checked all the parts stores. No one has this fuel pump connector, which the fuel pump connector for the Walbro 255 is the exact same as a factory 92 to 95 Civic, or 92 to 2000. So anywhere in between there for the Civics, it's the same connector. So I'm heading to Budget Wrench Apart right now, and I'm just gonna cut a connector off there and then head back home. So this is like a wild goose chase right now, but we're gonna get this done. All right, I found my donor. Back seat's already missing, so I'm just going to pull that up, get the fuel pump out, cut the connector. I even found a P28 ECU in here, so now I can resell this for a little bit more money. So this trip definitely wasn't useless. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. Alright, I tried to get that screw out, but it was stripped, so no big deal. I can solder this up, but now I'm going to go pay for it. Okay, so I just got it all paid for. $2.80 for the connector and $23 for the computer plus $1.82 core. Ended up being like $32 after tax, which is really pretty good. So here's the Walbro. I wanted to bring it just to test fit it. And this is the factory 92 to 2000 fuel pump connector. Plugs right in. So now we head back to the house. I'll solder these on with some heat shrink on the ends, and then we'll get this going. So here we go. Alright, everything is connected, positive and negative. Everything looks good. It's heat shrink instead of butt connectors, so it should be good to go. Now we have the fuel filter. This is technically a fuel filter. It's the fuel pump filter. It's facing the correct direction. I made sure to look back at the video before going any further. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the hose on and put new clamps on it. So. Okay, I didn't put that little piece of rubber at the bottom. It just doesn't fit with this fuel pump, but it's not a big deal. You can just bend these little metal tabs up. The fuel pump's solid, it won't move. So just make sure that it's in the correct orientation for the filter. That way you get in the bottom of the tank instead of it's sitting way up here and sucking up from half of the tank. So we're gonna go ahead and solder up these connections here and go ahead and put it back in. Alright, under the back seat, make sure everything's connected. Now we can put some fuel in it and start it up. Okay, got it all back together. Float and everything's working. So I'm going to go here, go online, test outputs, and test fuel pump. As you can hear, fuel pump's nice and loud. Everything's working pretty good. So now we'll go ahead and start it. See how it does. Sounds good. Let's go check for leaks. Well, there's no leaks. That's a good sign. Awesome. Love how this thing sounds. Got that done. That knocks out the Walbro fuel pump, and we knocked out the catch can, which I did end up getting hose and hose clamp, and went from the valve cover to the catch can, and the other one goes to the little black box under the intake manifold. So 2 things knocked off the list. Definitely making some progress on it. I just want to get this video out for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next I'm going to be doing those cool crank handles and the fuel pressure gauge, which I was going to do the fuel pressure gauge right now, but I just didn't want to undo the intake pipe and move the catch can to do it because it's way back there and that has to be removed to do it. So I'll do that eventually. Still waiting on the oil feed line because of shipping, because of Christmas is a little slow. It should be here tomorrow. I did wrap a rag around it just to start it up so it wasn't pissing the oil all over, and wanted to get it started so you guys could hear it. I'm not driving it with it like that, so don't worry guys. Just wanted to start it up so you guys could hear it. But yeah, definitely making progress. I need to do the relay for the fuel pump, which you add a relay to it so it doesn't drop voltage. Say you turn your headlights on and hit your brakes, it'll drop voltage typically. Well, with the relay in its place, it will not drop voltage. So I need to do that. Get Jeremy, aka Mexican Jesse, over here so he can do that because he's really good with the wiring and stuff like that. Do a video on it, show you guys how to do that as well. But yeah, I'm just happy with how it's turning out. Little thing here and there, and it's getting better and better. So really appreciate all of you guys that watched it to the end and hit the like button and drop comments below. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing and turning the bell icon on to get notified of uploads, because a lot of people haven't been getting notified of uploads. But I'm trying to do uploads every Monday and Friday. So far so good, and I'm going to continue to do the best I can with that. That's just kind of crazy with my schedule. But if you guys like the video, please hit the like button, drop a comment below, and stay tuned for more because we will have more coming to the channel. So see you guys in the next video. And as I like to say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.